Think for a second about a trusted local business or company in your community. Got it? Now, would you describe that business as a criminal enterprise? Probably not. But what if I told you the government is increasingly treating those businesses as such? The results can be devastating. Take, for example, the case of Bradford Councilman, Vice President of Interlock Incorporated, an online listing service for rare and out-of-print books. Interlock had created a database where members would be notified by email if books they were looking for were listed by other members. Like other internet service providers, Interlock's system temporarily stored emails in an internal backup until it had confirmation of delivery, and then it deleted them. Interlock was raided by federal agents, and Councilman was charged with conspiracy to violate the Wiretap Act. The government argued that making the extra copies of emails was an interception and a violation of the act, a federal crime. Councilman was certain he had done nothing wrong and decided to fight the charges. There is a section of the Wiretap Act called the Stored Communications Act, which specifically states that internet service providers can make a copy of communications if they are only placed in temporary storage. However, the act is a large and complex law. During the initial stages of the case, different judges could not agree on whether or not Interlock and Councilman had even committed a crime, but the government decided to prosecute anyway. Councilman lost his job, and Interlock eventually went out of business. After 7 years fighting the charges in court, Councilman was found not guilty on all counts. A similarly devastating case affected Lindsay Manufacturing, a small company in Southern California. The company was the first to be convicted of violating the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, a law which makes it illegal for businesses to bribe a foreign official, which is, on its surface, a sensible goal. Lindsay Manufacturing made small electronic components. The company had secured a lucrative contract to sell its components to a state-owned Mexican utility company. After initially being found guilty of violating the FCPA, a U.S. judge later ruled that the government's prosecutors had committed egregious Brady violations, meaning they withheld evidence which would have helped to prove the company's innocence. The judge described the government's actions in the case as repeated and intentional misconduct. The convictions were vacated, and the indictment was dismissed. The lawsuit, conviction, and eventual dismissal cost Lindsay Manufacturing dearly. The Department of Justice had been trying to force Lindsay to forfeit $24 million. Despite their innocence, the company almost collapsed. These stories and thousands more are examples of a rapidly increasing trend of overcriminalization of American business. There are now over 4,800 federal crimes spread across 27,000 pages of federal code, and experts estimate there are anywhere from 10,000 to 300,000 regulations with criminal provisions in them. To learn more about the issue, or if you've heard of this sort of thing, visit these websites and share your thoughts.